Yo, what's going down, green screen entertainment fans? Your neighborhood reviewer is back right now with a Netflix original review, and that is for the brand new film Jung-ee. Now, this movie is a Korean post-apocalyptic sci-fi action drama. It was directed by this guy, and it stars this amazing cast. Now, this movie takes place in 2094, and after sea levels continue to rise and basically most, if not all, of our natural resources are depleted, humans now need to look for an alternative place to call home in the same way that Chris Nolan and Al Gore told us it would happen.
The scientific consensus is that we are causing global warming.
We ran out of food.
So mankind basically watches Neil Blomkamp's Elysium like hella times and ends up building these shelters in space. And of course, as colonization of a new region demands it, some of these shelters start beefing with each other over territory, laws, rights, you know, the usual. Because of this, it spawns a war that lasts for years. Now, out of all the soldiers that were involved in this war, there was only one that was able to celebrate the most wins in battle, but of course, she would ultimately meet her demise. Or would she? Meanwhile, the research and development team at Google has finally perfected their algorithm for keeping people online. And they figured out a way to use it to transfer one's mind straight into the computer for faster checkout. And now with the combination of technology and AI in the future, they're hoping to use this technology as a way to harness their best soldiers' skills and knowledge to hopefully one day win this war. Now, off the top, I had no idea that this movie was coming out. I just stumbled onto it, and based on how it looked, I thought I'd give it a shot, and you know what? I really enjoyed it. Now, I would describe this movie as one part Matrix and Terminator pre-machine takeover.
I'll be back.
One part Interstellar, one part Elysium, and one part Blade Runner, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. You know when you watch a movie and it's got a great premise and a great story on its own, but in that same movie the characters reference like a mission, a situation, or a time before this very story, and you're like, damn, that shit sounds hella entertaining. I also want to see that movie. Like, I really want to know, why did we start beefing with machines in The Matrix and The Terminator? And what was it like for us to actually lose that initial war to the machines in The Matrix? What was it like the day that Skynet actually became self-aware, then took over and was like, F y'all, the game is over? Those types of things, those concepts, those prequel ideas, those are hella interesting to me. Now, one of the things that I found so intriguing about this movie was the way that it was able to weave in elements and prequel type situations that we would expect out of other great films that we've already seen. Then it turns around, starts posing questions that we'll probably have in the future around robotics and AI. But that stuff, while it's interesting and does cause conflict, is pretty legit on screen. It's all taking a backseat, if you will, to the main story that's actually on the surface, which is a daughter desperately trying to hold on to her mother by any means necessary. I would say that the first act for me was a bit of a mixed bag. It started off pretty legit with a nice little one-woman battle, but then after that, we're kind of introduced to some characters that I felt did not belong in this movie based on the tone that it set in the very beginning of the film. And for me, it almost took me out of the film, and I was kind of like, man, do I want to keep watching this? Because it felt so cringe. Now, I will say, and I will admit, that later on through the movie, you get to know a little bit more about these characters and why they are the way that they are. So after the movie's all said and done, looking back at it, I kind of be like, okay, I get it. But I will say, upon first viewing, it is something to kind of get through for you to, enjoy the film. It was a bit rough. I'd also say that our main actress was a bit wooden throughout damn near the entire film. Definitely the first and the second act to me. But in her defense, once the story starts to unfold and some motivations are revealed, she's definitely given more to do, doesn't need to be so guarded, and has the opportunity to really let her talents shine through. And once that jumps off and she's given us some real emotion and some real get up and go, I thought that she was great. Now, in closing, you're definitely going to see and feel a lot of other movies in this film, but I do think in this case, this movie was able to build on some of those concepts in a subtle way. Characters definitely have different motivations and emotional arcs throughout this entire film, and I also thought that the end battle was super legit and definitely worth the time and the watch. And so I would definitely recommend it. Check it out. If you do check it out, let me know in them comments below what you think about the movie. What do you think about my review? Let's chop it up. And while I I got you here. What's your favorite AI robotic type movie? It could be a movie where robots and AI is on the good side, or it can be when they're on the bad side causing a bunch of ruckus. Comment below, let me know what's on your mind. Let's chop it up, y'all. Hey, yo, other than that, as always, I hope I gave you enough to know what this movie is about. And if it's for you, do your homie a huge favor. If you made it here to the end of the video, like, subscribe. Yo, it really helps out that channel. I am trying to get to at least 500, if not 1,000 subscribers. Come on, I'm trying to grow, baby. Your homie, Jay Green, I'm out.